Hi guys, I'm back for another week in review. Spring's here, biking's happening a lot. Now if you own a bike, it's a good idea to do proper maintenance on said bike, which means lubing and cleaning the drivetrain, the chain, the derailleur, the crank, all that kind of stuff. Brakes, what are your brakes like? And the condition of your tires. So this week I found I don't know, I might have flat spotted the tire on my road bike, but I have it here, hang on. I had a flat spot on my tire. This patch here is totally rough. It has an actual hole in it. So you can see down to the underside of this. I think this, there's a lot of layers in here, so I'm sure I'd be safe, but better be safe than sorry, especially if you're going out for a long ride, making sure your tires are in good condition. Plus, I've had these ones for several years, I think probably about 5 or 6 years, so that is a long time. Plus the, doesn't have real treads on there, but the surface of the tire is very, very smooth and slippery. So it was time to replace them. So what I ended up doing was getting a new tire and replacing it. Now, if you've ever done a tire replacement on a bike, you know the frustrations you can go through when you're doing that. Now, at some point in the near future, I'm going to put a tutorial out on how to do this, because I've done them several times, both mountain bike and road bike. The rim has a certain diameter, the tire has a certain diameter, plus if you're using a tube, mounting the tire on the rim without pinching the tube, meaning if you get yourself a set of these levers, as you're trying to put the tire over the lip of the rim and you wedge under the tire, or you wedge under the lip of the rim, the tire's on here, and you're trying to like lever the rubber stretched over the rim, this little edge here, it is very, very likely you're going to pinch the small, thin part of the tube and then cause a little hole. And then you hear that little tss, and you're pissed off because more than likely, and this has happened to me multiple times, you are 99% done. Your hands are black. Your thumbs are worn, like getting blisters on them, trying to like work on the wheel. And when I do the tutorial, you'll understand what I mean, because I do have to replace another tire in the next maybe few weeks, and then you'll see the frustration. You do need a set of these, but you got to be very, very careful. Plus, let's say you did end up puncturing your tire or your tube on the side of the road, and you're far away, and you want to replace it and carry on. This one, I gave up. So I wrecked one tube, so I gave up on that one. Another day later, replaced it with a new tube, and I think it was like 2 to 3 hours to do it. And I'm at home. My conditions are perfect. I'm in the sun, getting some rays. I'm not at the side of the road or in the trail trying to fight off bugs or anything. So it is a good idea to know how to change out a flat. This week we went on a good road ride. You can see here on my reliving the ride. The conditions were amazing. It was a little cool. Granted, it was a little cool. Shannon was doing a training run, it was a training ride, and then when we got back to the truck she quickly put on some running shoes and went out for a 10-minute run. So she's training for a duathlon. That's a run, bike, run. So to kind of get the body feeling used to what it's like to be pedaling, seated and pedaling, and then running. So we did that. And the day after we went for a trail run. It was a little windy, it was a little cool, and on some trails that we go biking, we decided to go for a run. Conditions were mint, temperature was coolish, and it was just like ideal situation. And here you can see where we went and some videos of all that. So it was really fun. So guys, if you are on your bike a lot, it is a good idea to research a little bit how your bike works, maintaining and keeping it clean and lubed, and just getting all the mechanical parts nice and warm, nice and ready for when you ride. A good kind of rule of thumb, or get into the routine of, is when you go for a ride, when you come and park it, you do a little wipe down, you clean the chain off, and apply a little bit of lube. Now a good lubricant would be, like, don't use WD-40. That's, you know, it's complete fucking garbage. Use something like this, like a ceramic wax, or some sort of like specific chain lubricant like this. It's I don't know how much this is. It's probably about $15 for $17.99 on this one. So I mean, it's not cheap, but it also, one or two bottles should last you the year. Now when you look at a chain, actually, it is they're links, right? There's a kind of a, it looks like a figure of 8 with a little diameter in there, and those things rotate around each other as they kind of like go around the sprockets, go around the derailleur, and all that. So it's not just good enough to lubricate just the surfaces of the metal. The moving parts are actually the little links. They're super tiny little, I guess there could be like hollow shafts, but you want to shoot the lubrication inside the little, where the chain overlaps and rubs. Okay? Not in the outside. Do it, because if you put too much on, dust and shit and all that kind of stuff is going to get attracted to it. You want to get it in the inside. Okay? If you hear your chain whistling or squeaking or creaking, it's corroding already. It might be too late. So it is a good idea to clean it. Did I talk about using a cleaner? Something like this. Drivetrain cleaner from a bike store, or Muck Off. It's a cool brand. Muck Off has quick drying chain degreaser. And this one has like a super high pressure. Find a spot to put your bike, like not in your garage or on a carpet or anything, but just outside. Spray this on there, wipe it off. If you got some brushes, you can brush off some of the dirt, let that dry, and then apply the lube. It is also a good idea to kind of check the condition of your cables. So cables work the brakes. If you have a like a normal road bike where it has like V brakes that grab the rim. If you have hydraulic brakes, that's a completely different story. There's no cables to check there. But cables do work on to shift. So check the condition of the cables, see if they're dirty. It is a good idea to maybe apply a couple drops of lube inside and on the cable, just to kind of make sure it's like moving properly. Anyways, that's a whole new like series of just bike maintenance, but it is a good idea to, once over the bike, at least, maybe if you're don't have the right stuff for it, once every three or four rides. And then if you have more questions, I mean, just like ask. But it is a good idea to maintain your shit. Thanks for watching today, guys. I appreciate you your support, and I will see you next week.